So y'all done played around and played around until y'all done got a different Dr. Jackie, huh? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for season 7, episode 11 of Married to Medicine. They done picked and poked and played until they done got a different side of Jackie, and now everybody's sitting around the table giving playing. Quit playing. People play too much. All the time, playing. But I see the usual suspects are all quiet, honey. All quiet. Except for Toya, because she too dumb to be quiet. Anyway, okay, so listen. They leave from the table during a little dance contest to see who's going to win the suite. Heavenly and Dr. Damon win the suite. So they're all going to their suites. Well, the first thing that was funny, it took Quad half the episode to get up the steps to where her suite was. It was all the way at the top, all the way away from everybody else's suite. I said, girl, good, honey, because these heifers are heavy. They're nebby, and you might want to find a little Mexican piece that you might want to twirl around with, honey, and you don't need to be that close for them to be in your business. So it's good you had to take a hike to the top, honey, to get there, but it truly took you half the episode to get there. I said, Lord have mercy. So that was that. It's pretty funny. But again, yeah, I wouldn't want to be around all the messy asses. Especially after that whole fact that they didn't even want her to be there. You know, some of them didn't want her to be there and all that. Child of hell with them. Anyway, moving on. Toya's kids done called day at home at the new house, the new beautiful house, writing on the counter with permanent marker, honey. I said, I'm all ready to get back on the plane, honey, and go back and tear their asses up, honey. I said, whew, okay, anyway. Mariah ends up, because they were supposed to go out to dinner the first night. Mariah skips out on a dinner. She sends goofy ass Aiden, and he's like, oh, she just doesn't feel well. Anything for a little bit of attention, honey. So they didn't go to the first dinner, but it's probably a good thing that they didn't, because that first dinner was a good old mess. Anyway, so they get on this little bus ride. Toya and Eugene. I'm going to need y'all to shut up. Because throughout this episode, Toya and Eugene were getting on my nerves as a couple. And then Toya just took it to a whole nother level. She was so ridiculous with the complaining till she got on Eugene's nerves. I said, girl, if you don't shut your goddamn ass up, honey. Just ridiculous. But it just fussed about everything. Like, why can't you just be on vacation and just be on vacation? Just fussing. All this about this van and all of it. Shut up. I mean, people like that kill me. It just, just make for a bad time. Anyway, so they get onto the little van or little bus, and they're going on to the little place, and they're riding. I said, child, these back roads, honey, down here, down to the Mexico. And they were like, child, what if somebody jump out, honey, from behind the bushes or over on the side, honey, and try to get us, honey? And they were like, child, how will we decide who they get to keep, honey? And they's like, well, people who don't have any children, they, if you ain't got no children, then you be the first to go. And Buffy was like, I guess I'm in danger, and throwing little subliminals at Jackie. I said, okay, so we know now Jackie got the X on her back for Buffy, right? Okay, Buffy, whatever. So they get on over to the dinner. During the dinner, Jackie and Curtis actually decide to give this special speech to Cecil and Simone, basically really thanking them for kind of pushing and sticking in there with them while they went through their bad time last year, and saying that they really played a large part in them saving their marriage and all of that. So they wanted to thank them for that. And then they actually had a message on their phone from their boys to their parents. And it was really, really cute. It really was cute. I said, okay, that was cute. And then the next thing you know, Buffy decides to confront Jackie at the table. And Jackie's like, okay, all right. And Jackie's like, she explained herself. She's like, no, I didn't. I felt like it was, I used my pain to help other women and stuff like that. And you and I were building a bond, and that's what it was all about. It really wasn't about, I wasn't trying to embarrass you or anything like that. So Buffy was like, I didn't like it. It wasn't, that's not my thing. I wasn't trying to uplift anybody with it. It hurts me. And she's like, oh, okay. Then Toya adds it, and then Eugene, and then I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. So it was like an attack kind of thing. Then the next thing you know, Jackie like lit out like, and it was like something completely different. And she was like, listen, let me tell you something. And Contessa went to like tap Jackie, and Jackie said, Contessa, don't touch me. I want to talk. I got something to say. She told her, listen, it's cool. I got what you're saying. I received it. I apologized. I don't want to hear no more about it. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Now let's eat dinner. Period. And everybody's quiet. Toya will say, Jackie. And she's like, yeah. She's like, that is not the Jackie. And she said, no, it's not the Jackie. That Jackie's a little tired. Y'all just met a new Jackie, and she's here, and you're being introduced to her, okay? That whole goddamn table was quiet. I said, uh-huh. Including Curtis. Curtis was looking the other way. And everybody was pretty shocked, and Buffy was like, And Toya's over there, and I'm like, you just don't have enough sense to just shut up, do you? So once this got started, then Heavenly got mad. And Heavenly was like, listen, wait a minute now. I have a problem when anybody upsets Jackie by accusing her of doing something that she don't do. Jackie don't do that. Jackie wasn't trying to hurt you or nothing like that. She don't even know you like that. You know what I mean? And it's pissing me off, So it started going, the next thing you know, Buffy and Heavenly start going at it to the point where Buffy gonna tell Heavenly to shut the fuck up. I said, oh, wait a minute, Miss Buffy. And Heavenly was like, wait a minute now, to the point where Contessa had to get Heavenly and they had to take the trip to the bathroom. Quad, like I said, the usual suspects that turn the dinners out. Mariah had done stayed at the hotel. Quad was quiet as a church mouse. Like, girl, get her, Jackie, honey. I'm just saying, I don't know what Quad's feelings were about it, but I know her ass was quiet as a church mouse over there. Simone was quiet. The usual suspects were all quiet or not there. You understand? Heavenly was pissed. She was pissed. She didn't like that shit from Buffy at all. So they got it all calmed down. Bring it on back. And Toya she kept like throwing a little salt. And I was like, I want her to shut up. I really want her to shut up. Or somebody just punch her at the top of her head. She's just so stupid. So that was that. Simone ended the dinner early. She's like, okay, let's eat. Let's get on out of here. And Jackie and Curtis end up speaking the next morning. They're down on the beach. And Jackie was like, listen, I will make it right. Because Curtis told her, she was a little Kurt, honey. I was like, whatever. And, she did. She apologized, and that's all she can do. I don't know what else you want her to do, but, girl, you didn't want no trouble. That's what you ended up getting. You got some smoke, honey, is what you ended up getting. But anyway, so Curtis told her, she said, I'll make it right, but I'll do it in private. It won't be no spectacle. And that was the thing that really had pissed Jackie off. making her a spectacle. And then they're building this whole narrative that Jackie thinks she's Mother Teresa. And I said, it's going to play out and we're going to see it again whenever this reunion comes. I think we're going to see that Jackie again at the reunion. I'm here for it. But yeah, they were talking. Yeah. Old Grimace and the Hamburglar had stuff to say. Buffy had stuff to say. I said, okay, y'all keep on. Y'all gonna keep on playing with Jackie. Y'all gonna get just what y'all looking for. Just what you looking for. So she says she's going to make it right. She's going to do it in private. And she said, but the thing is, I'm tired now of being on the apology tour. I apologize to this one, apologize to that one. She said, for things that I wasn't being malicious about. And I'm getting tired now. And I feel like people are taking my kindness for weakness. I do too. I think Buffy, it wasn't, I mean, I understand why she could be a little bothered, but all this dragging it on and carrying on, I think Jackie seemed like low-hanging fruit to her, and she thought she was going to make something with Jackie to secure her spot. You're going to secure a spot all right in your ass. Just keep on. So then they were supposed to be going to this thing that day, and they get on the van, and the van broke down. Not too far from the hotel. It was 103 degrees outside. I understand that. Y'all live in Atlanta. Don't play. Y'all are used to heat. So, like all of this carrying on, and I mean Toya carried on. Do you understand about having to walk down the freeway and all of this? And it was a whole mess. It was a whole mess. And she's like fussing at Simone, like Simone went up underneath the van and broke the van. I said, somebody got a stick? Because I think the Hamburglar need the meat knocked from out the buns, honey. Just ridiculous. She got on my damn nerves. Anyway, moving on. So, she kept saying, I'm embarrassed. And like Simone said, ain't like none of your friends from your new neighborhood are going to ride by and see you down in Cabo, honey. Just shut up. Anyway, she redirected everything, and they just ended up having like a little pool party. And at the pool party, they decided to do like a question game. And they were like kind of random questions, but they weren't really all that random, because some of the stuff breezed onto some things that have come up in the group. Well, when it got to the situation that seemed a little like, it was really Cecil and Simone's question that was the issue. It was the whole thing of, how he spent the money or switching up careers and not saying anything. And it kind of grazed Contessa's situation. Honey, it got real personal real fast. And Contessa, really? She was really acting out. Really acting out. Then she even had gotten real groovy with it in her confessional to the point that Scott walked off from her in the confessional and she ended up crying. I said, you need to stop. You need to stop. Now you sitting up here looking crazy because now you crying. The man done walked off and left you, and I'm alone again. And you're going to keep being that way until you stop it. Like, stop it with all this resentment. You either going to let it go, take your ass back to school, or you got to figure this out because this ain't working, Contessa, at all. At all. Then, wait a minute. Why did Damon get Heavenly so thoroughly together? He over there drinking. She keeps saying, why is he drinking? Now, he know he can't drink. Daddy acts stupid when he drink. She going to send Jackie over there to talk to him. He sent Jackie back. Told her, listen, tell her. For 22 years, I've been listening to her. Just this once, I'm going to do what I want to do. I ain't trying to hear what she got to say. I said, oh. Shut up. And take your girlfriend Toya with you. Shut up. A mess. But yeah, Contessa, she rubbed me this time. I said, girl, okay, so you're doing too much now with Scott. And just keep on putting him on Front Street. And putting him into it's like she immediately just throws him into the court of public opinion, and you need to stop doing that. Stop it. Stop it. Because you're resentful because of the decision that you made to quit school. Go back. Go back. For you screw up your whole marriage. Girl, shit. Anyway, that's what went down. It seemed like the episode, I guess, was good because it just got over so quickly. Like, this episode really got over so quickly. I was trying, it was fussing the whole time. Fussing. Anyway, I'll catch y'all next week. We just rolling down. There ain't gonna be too much more before we get to the reunion before you know it, honey. And some of this stuff that's going on, I promise you some of this stuff is gonna show up at the reunion. Can't wait.